The box had our address on it, right street, right number, right dent. In the mailbox, I keep meaning to fix. It just had the wrong name, a name I had never heard in 9 years of marriage. I'm Marcus. I'm 41. And until that Tuesday, I'd have told you, straight faced, like it was something I'd earned, that my wife and I kept no secrets. My wife's name is Renee. The box said Sabine. I almost handed it back. Wrong house, driver in a hurry. Then I saw the corner of a paperback through the tape. The same book Renee had been almost done with for a year, and my stomach dropped before my brain caught up. I peeled the tape the rest of the way, a cardigan I'd never seen. Her book, same coffee ring on the same page, and a birthday card, sealed, never stamped. I want to be honest about the next part because I wasn't calm. For about 10 minutes, I was somebody I don't like. I thought another man. I thought about the Thursdays, the late class. Every night she turned her phone face down. My hands were actually shaking when I opened that card. I was ready to hate her. It was her handwriting. She crosses her sevens the European way, a little line through the stem. I used to think it was the most elegant thing about her. That cross seven sat right there in the date, and it was signed in that same careful hand, Sabine. To my brother, it read, "Happy birthday. I'm sorry it's been so long. Renee is an only child. She told me that on our second date, parents gone young, no family left. I was all of it now. I held her while she said it. I felt chosen. So I did the thing I'm least proud of. I didn't ask her. I watched, and what I found over the next 7 days wasn't a man at all. It was something I had no name for, and it broke me worse than an affair ever could have. The neighbor cracked it first. Old guy, waters his lawn at dawn. Sabine? She's gone most Thursdays. Gray car, around 6. Like I should know. Renee had a late class on Thursdays. For years, I'd never once questioned it. The next Thursday, I followed the gray car, 3 back, watching my wife climb into a stranger sedan in a coat I didn't recognize. It crossed town and stopped at a low brick building with a wheelchair ramp and a hand-painted sign. The woman at the desk lit up. Sabine, and my wife laughed. A loud, easy laugh I almost never heard in our beautiful, quiet house. I sat in that parking lot for 40 minutes telling myself to leave, that I didn't want to know. Then I walked in, and the person my wife had been driving to every Thursday for 10 years was the last person on earth I ever expected. His name is Julian. He's her younger brother, 34, and he lives with an intellectual disability in a place that helps him with the things he can't do alone. He loves trains. He hates thunder. He has kept every birthday card his sister ever gave him in a shoebox, and he took them out to show me one at a time, proud, like a man showing you his medals. Every card signed Sabine, everyone with a crossed 7. Renee raised him from the time she was 15, hid him, fed him, kept him out of the system as long as a kid could, and when she finally couldn't, she made a promise she has kept every single Thursday for over a decade. She didn't abandon him. She built a second name so she'd never have to. She found me in his room. I have never watched a person go so white. We didn't scream. That's not us. We sat on hallway chairs worn shiny by other people's worst days, and she told me the truth in pieces. And this is the part I hadn't let myself imagine what it cost her. She said she used to lie awake terrified I'd find the shoebox before she found the words. That every Thursday she drove home rehearsing how to tell me, and every Thursday she looked at how happy I was with the easy version of her and thought, one more week. She told me about the night I almost found the shoebox 3 years ago, looking for the good scissors, and she'd crossed the room so fast she knocked a lamp over just to get to that closet before me. I remembered that night. I'd laughed and called her clumsy. She'd laughed too. She said she went into the bathroom afterward, and shook for 10 minutes. I wasn't hiding him from you, Marcus, she said. I was hiding him from the look I was sure you'd give me. Sabine was the name on a record she sealed at 18. She'd been Renee since the week before she met me, because the last person she showed the real thing to had used it to walk away. Here's what I keep circling back to. First year of marriage, she started to tell me, there's things about my family. And easy, generous Marcus said, hey, we don't need all that. We're our own family now. I kissed her forehead. I felt like a good man. I taught her to hide. Then I was proud of her for being simple. 9 years I bragged we had no secrets and never once asked her a hard question. I didn't want the real woman. I wanted the easy one, a wife with no weather in her. God, I was proud of not knowing her. So fucking proud. The affair I'd braced for would have been cleaner. She didn't give another man the thing she kept from me. She kept her whole actual self because I made it so clear I preferred the copy. The card is still on our table. She can't sign it, Renee, and she's too scared to send it as Sabine. So it sits there in her real handwriting, going nowhere. Same as her, for 9 years. We're not okay, and I don't know that we will be. But last Thursday, I didn't follow the gray car. I asked if I could ride in it, and I sat with a man who's been my brother-in-law for 9 years and never got to meet me, who told me his sister is the bravest person alive. He's not wrong. So let me ask you, because I honestly don't know, when someone hides a whole part of who they are, not to cheat you, not to hurt you, but because you never once made it safe to be real, is that their lie? Or is it the thing you built together? In every hard question you never asked, tell me in the comments. I read everyone.